What's up, Mercs? It's Jono here, and today we're doing an installation tutorial video on StalkerSoup. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because the installation of StalkerSoup is kind of complicated, and I kind of just want to show it off. So if you guys want to play along my StalkerSoup Let's Play, you guys can do that. So, I just want to say I'm using beta version 1.0.9.9.3.6, and with pre-patches added in there, but of course it doesn't say it there, and we're going to use pre-patches because 9.3.7 is not out yet. So, if you guys want a written tutorial, you can go ahead down here to the detailed installation instructions. Now, the thing about this is the installation instructions are a bit not clear in my opinion, so that's why I'm doing a visual tutorial, video tutorial. Hopefully this will help people if they're having problems with this. So, anyway, now the first thing you want to do, this is the home page of technobacon.com, the link will be in the description. First thing you want to do is go to the bottom left to the repository and click on this. This will take you to the Microsoft Cloud. This will be Technobacon's cloud, and this is where the StalkerSoup files are. Now, as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff. We are not using the dialog improvement project because I don't know how to install that, and I don't want to mess up my installation, so I'm not even going to bother. We are not going to be using the torrent because the DB format is more stable and is easier to install, in my opinion. We're also going to be using these, and we're going to be using something from this. So I will get to those later. That's why I didn't even mention them, really. So we want to go ahead and click the StalkerSoup DB format folder. And then from this, you see there's a bunch of files, and you can see this StalkerSoup 001, 002, all the way up to 010. So you want to download all of these 001 to 010. You want to download all those files, and you want to put those all in one folder. Make sure they're all together. That will be important later. And then after that, you want to get the StalkerSoup Bear game data folder. You want to then get the tb3d_ns_db patch. And then you do not need this DB unpacker. This is for unpacking these 00 folders, and it's not recommended to unpack them because getting a game data folder, instead of these DBs is a little bit more unstable, and it's more for people who want to mod the actual StalkerSoup themselves. So I don't recommend doing that, and I'm not going to be showing that off. The last thing you want, if you're a Steam user, is to get the game data _dbd_Steam update. Now, this will come in handy later. It fixes something that a Steam update gives you. The Steam update overwrites one of the files, and this will replace that file. So, after you get all those, you want to go to StalkerSoup pre-patch fixes. And then you want to get all 6 of these fixes and put them all in a folder, and then extract them, into their own respective folders. And then after that, you want to go to StalkerSoup _bin_beta, get this, and then you want to go and download the beta_ss_bin. This is a bin folder along with a few other things that will come in handy later. It's not required, but it will make your life 20 times easier. Okay, so now you downloaded everything, and then what? So here are my files. As you can see, here is the 001 through 010. And as you can see, the actual 001 file doesn't have 001 in its name, it's just named a 001 file. So these are all the 10 files you're going to need. Basically, at least to my understanding, what I'm thinking, these 10 files are part of one big zip folder, and they're split up into different files to make it easier to download and to make them a little bit more compressed and such. So if you want to, what you have to do is you have to actually join these files together and then unzip it, and that will give you this file right here, this folder. Now, 7-zip is supposed to be able to do this, but whenever I try and do it with 7-zip, it just doesn't work. It just stops, it refuses to work for me, so I have another program if it also doesn't work for you. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and type in hjsplit on Google here, and then it'll be hjsplit.org. We'll just go and search it on Google so I can show you. Right here we have hjsplit, free file splitting software for Windows. We click this, and then we want to go on to the right and get hjsplit for Windows, and then, or whatever respective OS you're using. I don't know what StalkerSoup works with, but if you get it to work, you get it to work. And then you want to get the download from one of these mirrors, and once you do that, you will have this. Now, I didn't extract it because it's just one exe, so I just double click it, but you can extract it if you prefer that. Now, you'll get this little program here, and then what you want to click is join, and then you want to go to the input file, and then as you can see, it already automatically put up to the folder where I have the 001 file. That's because I did this previously. But you want to click on the file, and you want to click open, and it says that already existed. That's why it gave me that error. You probably won't get that error. And then click start, and that will put them all together in one. I'm not going to do it because I already have, but that will put them all together in one big file like this. And then once you do that, you're done with the HJ split program. Then what you want to do is pull up your S.T.A.L.K.E.R Shadow of Chernobyl folder, and then you want to move all these game data folders into the game directory. Now this might overwrite a few files. Just click yes to all and then overwrite all of them, and then you're done with that folder. Okay, after that you want to move in the bare game data. You just move in game data. The options is just if you want Bloom, which I don't use, and if you want God mode, which is just for testing purposes. So you move the game data into here, and then after that you want to go ahead and you want the ns_db patch, not the pre-patch fixes. Do this one first, and then for this you just take the game data.dbi folder, or file rather, and move it in here. It's kind of like these other game data folders we moved in here already. You just move it in, and if it has to overwrite anything, which I don't think this one does, but if it does, whatever, just click yes to overwrite, and then you're done with that. And I think the options here are the same, just Bloom and God mode if you need it, which I don't use it. Alright, after that, you want to get the fixes. Now, I don't have all my fixes here because they were all relatively small, so I didn't even bother moving them into this folder. So basically, you're going to have 6 fixes, and then all the fixes are the same. You just double-click on it. Whoops, you go to that file, the second folder, and then you look for the game data. You just take the game data, and then you drag and drop, and then you overwrite whatever it needs to overwrite. Do it in order 1 to 6. And if there are any options, which I don't think there are, those should be self-explanatory to you, you know, if you want a certain option. I don't think there are any options in the pre-patch fixes, though, but I could be wrong. Okay, and then you also remember we downloaded the beta_ss_bin. Now you want to open this up and then go to the third file in there. You want to go into the S.T.A.L.K.E.R Shadow of Chernobyl folder, and then you have these 4 files, or folders and files. So you move all of these over into your directory, you overwrite what you need to, and then if you want to change your FOV, which I know a lot of you do, the default FOV for S.T.A.L.K.E.R I think is 67 something. It'll tell me in here, but you double click this, it's 67.50. I switched it to 83 because it's considered the best choice by TB3D. But you can switch to whatever FOV you want to. I also recommend 83. It looks really nice, but you just enter the number corresponding to the FOV you want, and it automatically changes it. It might ask you to do an administrator thing. Just click yes, and it'll change it automatically for you. And then that will be good. Now you do not need this bin folder. It's just, it makes the game a hell of a lot easier to run, and it makes it a little more stable, I believe. And of course, you know, the FOV, which is a good thing. Plus, the FS game in here, it also changes to make game data true, which makes everything run properly. So I do recommend getting this beta SS bin. And then once you do that, you should have one last thing to do, and that's the game data_dvd_steam update. So you get that. It's just a game data.dvd. Whoops. You just take the game data, you move it over into your S.T.A.L.K.E.R directory, you overwrite whatever has to be overwritten, and then you're done. You have StalkerSoup installed. And that's really it. There are some optional files. Let me go back to them. We have weapon sets, which the Black Bite weapon set wasn't working properly for me. The iron sight animation didn't work for some of the guns, and it kind of moved it to the bottom right, making it look like Fallout 3's aiming kind of thing. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that or whatever. I just stick with the default because I don't know if this is updated right. I think it is. I don't like how it works. But it does update some of the ballistics, so it's nice, but I don't need it. You have texture sets, which I don't use. You can use it if you want. This just changes a bunch of things. Photorealistic stuff, absolute nature pack, makes the game look a little bit more pretty. I think the StalkerSoup shaders that it already adds are nice. And of course, HUD minimaps, you want to change what color your minimap is or how bright it is. And then alternate scopes, if you want to change this. I have no idea what this does. I think it adds a crosshair. I have no clue though. Never tried it, probably never will. And everything else is kind of, you know, just whatever. This is just guides for the game. If you guys need a guide, which I probably will be using this guide, later on in my Let's Play. If you want to see what the final product will be for the zone expansion project, you can go here, check that. And then the dialogue improvement project is just, I think this translates some of the StalkerSoup quests a little bit better, because right now the StalkerSoup quests are translated very poorly. This will do that better, but I have no idea how to install it. Even though it's probably a simple install, I don't want to take a chance, so I'm not going to. But anyway guys, I hope this tutorial helped. Please comment below if I did something wrong or if it helped or something. Leave feedback, I don't know. But if you enjoyed this video, please... Oh god. I'm sorry. Oh god, I am catching something. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to join the Krukovian and Mercs, because together we can conquer the internet. Anyway, I will see you all next time. I hope this helped you all. Goodbye.